Hi guys, so I have another BYOP for you. This one was inspired by a picture that I was sent through Instagram. So um, before I'm gonna show you the actual inside, I'm gonna show you the inspiration picture and you can compare how well I was able to replicate it. But today we're gonna obviously create this BYOP, and I'm gonna show you two looks with this palette, swatches, and stuff like that. So hopefully you enjoyed that. In case you're new here, hi, my name's Sasha. I love indie makeup, I love colorful makeup, I love eyeshadows, I love BYOPs, especially lately since I've been kind of getting a lot more into single eyeshadows. It's just been so much fun, and I think we have a wonderful color story to work together. So hopefully you'll enjoy that. And now let's just get right into this video. So for this particular palette, I will show you kind of the inspiration picture and the shades that I've actually picked for this color story. With shade names and everything, I will pop it over this video so that it's easier for you to understand what I'm. But first up, we actually have an inner corner shade, which was kind of like the last thing I picked for this, but we're gonna go by Rose, how it is in the pan. So how is it in the palette? So the first one is actually the shade Starlit, and it's from Mika Beauty Shop. It's gorgeous, kind of goldy iridescent shade with a little bit of green, and it has a bit of kind of peachiness to it as well, which is very interesting. I was kind of thinking about another shade from Mika, which is called Strawberry Kiss, which is like pink to green iridescent shade that has a white base, which would obviously fit this color story a lot. But there was like a little bit of yellowiness happening with some of the in the picture that was inspirational, and also I just felt like this would be nicer. It just felt right. And then next up we have a matte shade. This one is from Glam Shop. It's a depotted shade from the Mushlinova palette, and it's called Zimna Janina. And it's kind of like a muted fuchsia. And I really enjoy this shade. I've used it, well, I've used it 2 times so far, but I really enjoy the look of it, and I felt like it was perfect shade for this color story. Then a very similar shade to this, but in the shimmer format, is also from Mushlinova from Glam Shop, and it's the Jak Jedwab. I think that's how you pronounce that. And this one is like, it has this like peachy base with that goes to this fuchsia muted pink, and then it has like almost blue pink sheen to it. It's a very pretty shimmer shade. You will see it in the swatches, like it is so gorgeous. By the way, I will swatch it in this exact order. Then we have a green matte, because obviously there's some green happening, not too much, so I didn't want it to overbear it with greens, but we need a little bit of green for this. And it's also from Glam Shop. It's a depotted shade from the Alter Ego palette, and this one is called Sviazak. I'm not completely sure. But it's a gorgeous kind of soft green, kind of like a soft Shrek green, which I don't know if that makes sense to anyone, but it does make sense to me. Then the last shade of this row is also a matte shade, and it's a ColourPop matte single shade that you can buy, or I don't know if it's available now, but it was available 2 years ago, and it's called Friendly. So this one is kind of like a pastel-y pink, but it's more like that lavender pink. The next up, I've actually was able to use a depotted shade from my Christmas Eve palette by Uden's Eye, which I've been trying to use up this year. And this one is called Nowhere. As I said, it's from Christmas Eve, and it's a beautiful gray, kind of like purpley gray. And it has a certain neutraliness to it, because I think from the picture, like the bark on the trees and stuff, it wasn't fully brown. It was slightly grayish, so I decided that this one is gonna be a better idea. Then another shimmer. This one is actually Terra Moons, and I have a feeling I could hit a pan in these two looks if I'm gonna use it, because it has a huge dip. I've had this for, I don't know, 2 years, maybe slightly more, but I think it was 2 years. And it's a beautiful, soft pink, sparkly shade that has like a goldy, peachy sheen to it. I don't remember how many times I've used it. I would have to look it up, which if I will, I will pop it on the screen. But it is a gorgeous shade, and I would like to hit the pan because I would just like it to show how much I love it. It's called Andromeda, in case I haven't mentioned it, and it's from Terra Moons. Then another shade is also from Glam Shop. It's a matte shade from the Mushlinova palette. It's called Viscosity. It's a beautiful peachy neutral shade that I haven't used yet. I think I only swatched it. Then another shade, which this one is shimmer, and I think it will be perfect for this palette, is called Organza. It's from Mushlinova by Glam Shop. As you can see, the Mushlinova palette really worked for this because it is kind of that like pinky neutral, and I felt like that really works with this color store, and it is gorgeous shimmer. I love Glam Shop shimmers. I think they're really wonderful and so underrated. So if you're from Europe, definitely go for them. You know, they don't have that many interesting palettes anymore. Like, they kind of go for the neutral row, but you can still find a lot of singles. And then the last shade is also from the Christmas Eve palette, and it's called Silvery Dream by Udens Eye. I would love to use this one up this year. Well, I want to use all of my Christmas shades from Udens Eye, but this one's gonna be really hard. But it's kind of like a taupey silver shimmer shade. It has a lot of brown taupey to it, and I felt like this would be wonderful for the bark of the trees, and it would mix wonderfully with the shade Noir. So those two are kind of like the tree aspect of it, and I love this color story. So today I want to do a little bit more of like a liner look and a little bit more fun look. And I already primed my lids with the Wet n Wild Mega Last Eyeshadow Primer. And I'm gonna zoom you in and we're gonna have fun. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna start with this peachy shade, which is from the Mushlinova palette. And I'm gonna put that all over the crease. It's kind of like the main crease shade. Well, it's gonna be the only crease shade if I'm being honest, because I want to have a lot of space to draw. I have an idea of what I could draw there, but we'll see how that's gonna work. But I'm gonna heavily inspire myself with the picture. So we're just gonna, this is mostly to just like kind of have an even tone in the crease so that it works for us, and that there's no like redness or veins or something, because I would really not enjoy that. And I think this shade would be wonderful if I have like a more pigmented formula that is harder for me to blend, and I don't want to spend a million years blending, especially if I go to work. I think this would be wonderful like starting shade to just help with the diffusing process later on. So that's what I'm gonna have to remember about this shade. Then I actually want to do kind of like that smoked out liner that I always try. Like, I've tried it a couple times in my life, and it never really works the way that I would wish for it to work, because I don't know, I have issues, I guess. But I'm gonna take this Cosmic Brushes CB5, which is this kind of like really small pencil brush, and I'm gonna take the shade Nowhere, and I'm gonna first start on the lower lash line and just like use it in the lower, well, actually I might use slightly bigger brush for that, so to make it like a little bit easier for myself. But yeah, I'm using the shade Nowhere. And sorry if you can't see the lower lash line all that well, but in this particular position that I'm in right now, like if I'm gonna show you what I'm doing, I'm gonna have the shade all over here, because like I would have to like, you know, I don't know if that makes sense, but I would just have to really contour my body like crazy. So that's for the shade Nowhere. And then I'm gonna take the smaller brush, the CB5, and I'm gonna create like a line on my lid, I just want to have like a soft smoked out liner because I want to learn how to do this. I've tried this many times and it never really worked for me. I don't know if you can see because of my hair. Yeah, it's just gonna be like maybe I'm gonna have to put the liner. I don't know. I feel like my eyes are too round, so I'm not gonna be able to do that like almond shape of the liner because like it just doesn't really, it would have to be really thick, I think. Maybe I'm just not skilled enough. That could also be the reason, but I believe it's also my eye shape. So it's gonna have a little bit of wing, a little bit of curve, which usually it's kind of supposed to be like straight, right? But like I don't think my eye shape allows that. But this is kind of what I want. And it is a softer look. You could definitely add a little bit of a darker shade to it, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna repeat the same thing on the other eye. And then I think we're gonna use one of the pinky mattes just to slightly smoke it out a bit more. Just like itty bitty, right? Like I don't need an insane smoked out look because I also want to have some nice shimmers on. But and we still need some space. But I just want like a little bit, you know? Just an itty bitty. Because I would really like to enjoy these shades now that I have them here. And I don't normally really like I really want to slow down on buying palettes. I think I've mentioned that like a million times already on my channel. To also enjoy some of my singles and just, I don't know, just be more mindful of my collection. While also keeping the fact that this is also a review channel. It's not solely a review channel and I don't want to make it a solely review channel because I don't have the finance to that. And I also want to just, if I'm gonna buy a palette, I want to use it. And if I'm gonna only review, I'm never gonna use my palettes. But at the same time, I just really sorry, it's kind of in the process. I just really want to, I don't know, I want to do both. Like I love reviewing and I love trying new formulas and learning new ways how to use makeup, new ways how to, you know, play with color stories, because so many new products that I bought that like weren't fully me, but I wanted to try it, has inspired me to do something that I would never really do. And that has made me just like, I don't know, a little bit better with my makeup and with what I can do, I think. And like if I never, for example, if I never bought the Christmas Eve palette by Uden's Eye because I only wanted to buy the Merry Christmas, and I wasn't sure if the Christmas Eve isn't like too colorful, and there were a lot of those grays and blues which I never really worn before, not like fully, and you know, a lot of shades that I wouldn't really use for myself, but because I bought that palette, I started using them and now I really love them, and it made me like create so many new color stories and so many new looks, and it made me kind of like, this was literally the start of me like really enjoying colorful vibrant liner looks and like, you know, something a little bit more artistic, because before then I would just like mix a couple colors but I wouldn't really reach my full potential. But I'm gonna say that. Now I'm gonna use the shade Friendly from Colourpop. I'm just gonna smoke out the liner a little bit on the top part. I'm gonna use this kind of like flat small brush. This is from a Jurassic Park or Jurassic World, one of those. It was a collection from Essence, and it's a really nice brush. I like to use it on my lower lash line as well. It is a really good small brush that works. So I'm just kind of smoking it out a little bit, very barely, you know, but just to add that itty bitty bit of pinky purple, because, you know, why not? I think I'm gonna also use that small Cosmic Beauty brush. I'm gonna slightly do like a line here. I don't think it's actually gonna be visible after we're gonna be done with the look, but if in case it would show up, I want to have it there. Yeah. I want to learn how to do these like smoked liner looks for days where I kind of want to wear like fun colorful makeup, but I also don't really want to do my entire lids, or maybe I want to use the top lid space for some like liner. I don't know where my camera cut me off, but the reason I'm trying this, I would like to learn myself how to do these types of looks for when I still want to have like a lot of color on my lids in eyeshadows and like get some uses out of my eyeshadows, but I also want to have some like liner fun, maybe like shapes or pictures or something. So for those occasions I would like to learn myself how to do this properly. I always feel like I don't have any liner, and then I feel like the liner is too big, and I never know how to like stop myself to make it too big. Like this is like it's too big to be like the typical liner look, but also like before then it just kind of, I think it's because I have a hoodie here, so like if I do it small you can't see it, and if I do it bigger then obviously I have to go further. Does that make any sense? I don't know. Let me know if I make any sense in this video. I always know what I want to say, but I'm never sure if I can say it, because I'm never really sure if anyone understands my English, since it's not my first language. So yeah, now I'm putting a NYX glitter primer on the lids. Okay, and we're gonna use, now this is tricky. We're gonna use, I think I'm gonna do the Andromeda, right? No, I'm gonna do this one. I forgot how it's called, but it's from Glam Shop, and I'm gonna pop it on the screen, and I'm gonna use my finger, I guess, and just like softly popping it on the lid, and I'm gonna like take a hopefully clean brush and just diffuse. Yeah, it's like a very soft shade and very light. So where is my shimmer brush? Hello? Oh, here. Well, it's not very clean, but I'm gonna try to like clean it. And without any additional product, we're just gonna like kind of diffuse. I'm just helping with the edges a little bit. Now I'm gonna take this like thicker brush. This one is also from the Essence Jurassic collection, and I'm gonna take the shade Silver Dream, which is the like taupey gray shimmer. I'm gonna use it on the lower lash line with the matte gray. Just because I feel like this liner looks slightly better with a shimmer on the lower lash line. I don't know, that's just what I enjoy. And yesterday evening I was actually watching a Czech beauty YouTuber that doesn't upload videos anymore, but she used to have such a nice, like kind of everyday but really colorful looks. Kind of what I do. Like it's not technically hard to do. It's the same if you would do like a really basic neutral look. You're just using colors, but it's the same process. It takes the same amount of time. You just use colors. And she just has such nice ideas and color combinations, and I have like 5 looks that I want to recreate because I really used to love watching her, and I wish she would still upload, but I understand that she was doing it for a very long time and it was annoying. And I'm using the shade Andromeda, and I'm gonna put it in the inner corner. I'm using the same brush as before. I just cleaned it up. But yeah, it's really a shame that she doesn't upload anymore, because she taught me kind of everything I know. Like without kidding, she was kind of my inspiration. I never seen anyone in Czech Republic to do this in this kind of manner. So for me, she was very interesting, and just, she taught me a lot. And I think she had like very similar values and ideas about a lot of things. So, and she was so unbothered. So yeah, I just kind of missed watching her. And sometimes I rewatch her videos, and yesterday I did rewatch like 4 of them, and I always loved her looks. And she was that kind of person that would review new stuff, but also she had so many like get ready with me's and like fun ideas and like talking through like what she used up, what she thinks about certain brands, and just a really nice ideas that I would like to do as well, but I don't really have the audience to like do that with right now. I don't think anyone would be interested in like, I don't know, talking get ready with me. If you are, let me know what topic would you like me to talk about, and I can do that, but it's just, you know, I feel like nobody really cares about what I think about stuff, so I definitely don't want to do like a personal get ready with me. Like, you can ask me like how old I am and stuff, but I'm not really gonna talk about my family or stuff like that, because I just don't think it's appropriate, and I don't want to have those types of informations out there. But if you're interested in like my ideas or my whatever, like what I think about certain things, let me know down below, and I can make a video about that. But now I'm just gonna find some water activated liner. Sorry if this is annoying to hear. There's part of me that wanted to do this gray, but I think this one is not gray and it's brown actually. But maybe it would still work. This is from Odin's Eye. It's the Salmon Gel Liner in the shade 13. I never used it because I'm always annoyed that it looks gray and then it's brown. But yeah, a couple of their... It's also one of the greens. There's two greens and they have different caps. Like the pencil inside doesn't correspond with the cap. It's still green, but it's just completely different shade of green. And this one is obviously like very... I don't know. Oh my god. Like, I don't know if you can see, but it's very brown. It's not gray at all, but we're still gonna probably work with this, so it's fine. Yeah, I think it could pull out a little bit more of that like green in my eyes. So I think we're gonna do that. And I think I'm gonna go have a lunch. And then we'll finish it. Okay, so I know what I want to do. I am fully fat. So it should be easy now. Or maybe it's gonna be harder, who knows. But I'm gonna use this Softly shade from Odin's Eye from the Christmas Eve palette, because I want to do like a branch and then little flowers like from it, you know. And I don't have brown waterline. Sorry, what am I saying? I don't have brown water activated liner or any liner, so we're just gonna use eyeshadow. And the way you do it, you take a brush, you fully coat the brush with the eyeshadow, you take a setting spray, you spray the brush, and there's usually a little bit of kick up in the pan from like scraping, right? So you're just gonna kind of collect all that kick up back to the brush so that it's like fully coated. Or you can also like scrape a bit of the eyeshadow and use Duraline, but I don't have Duraline here with me, I think. So the branch will go from here to here. And yeah, we're just gonna go. And the reason I'm spraying it with the setting spray is just because it's gonna be so much easier to actually like draw lines with it. So as you can see, there's like one line here. Then we're gonna do another over here. And like I will keep the intensity up eventually, but right now it's just like a sketch. And then again, get the brush soaked with the eyeshadow, soak it with the setting spray, collect some more eyeshadow, and move on. So something like this. I think that looks okay. And then we're gonna take a different brush. I think now I'm gonna take like a bit bigger. No, I should have one more. Right? Or am I stupid again? I think I had one more brush over here from Cosmic Beauty. Oh yeah, I do. Like a small pencil brush like this. This is the CB5, but it's the purple handle and it's slightly different. Like it's slightly thicker than the previous one. And I'm just gonna use one of my Moon Water Activated Liners by Holograph, which is the ones that I have over here. If I was at the dorm, I would use Glisten. Love them both the same, but you know. And we're gonna start with the white because we're gonna do kind of like a white dot, and then we're gonna use smaller brush and create like a little pinky center, and maybe like a little bit of green or yellow in the middle as well. We'll see. That was very chaotic, but I think because I had lunch, I have a bit of energy. Which usually I don't have any energy because I usually don't have lunch before this. I usually actually have like food after filming, so that might be the reason why I'm usually slightly dead. And I'm gonna use up the white soon. So yeah, we're just gonna do like a boop. Okay, we need more water to have a proper boop. Okay, so attempt number 2 and boop. Yeah, kinda. And it doesn't have to be like perfect because flowers are never perfect. That's what I love about them, because like never try to make the petals symmetrical. That will look so weird. You need to make them weird. Like if your hands are shaking and your desk is shaking, you're gonna get beautiful flowers. That's just like a tip. Not that I know much, but I went to drawing course, or like, you know, like it was like after school activity where I would draw for, I don't know, like 9 years. Yeah, like the entire elementary school, which is 9 years. It's kind of like elementary and middle school, I guess, for other people. But yeah, we go for 9 years. And then you go 4 years to like either high school, lyceum, gymnasium, or 3 years if you, I think it's called, it's not trade school, right? Like it's where you learn either like carpentry or, you know, stuff like that, or cooking, you know, these like courses kind of. And that's for 3 years. And if you go to high school or other like the 4-year programs, then you go to college. And like university, right? It's the same thing, kind of. Yep. We're gonna do one small right here. So yeah, kind of like 9 years. It's not that I know much about like painting and drawing, but I know a little bit. I can't draw people to save my life, but at least I know a little bit about the like the ways how we're supposed to do it, even though I can't actually do it. And we're gonna do pink, and I think like the pink in the picture on the petals was like kind of like darker pink, like almost like purpley pink. So I'm gonna play this kind of like fuchsia pink right next to it, like this one. Maybe we'll even use the darker one at the edge. Who knows? But yeah, I'm gonna use this. I love this liner palette, like this kind of lesbian flag coated palette. I love that. I love these colors. I swear to God, I would be lesbian just for that flag. It's so pretty. Not that bisexual flag isn't pretty, but like, come on. These are such pretty colors. Yeah, and we're just like doing like little boobs. It's not like, it's such a small little design. Like if you consider how small it is compared to my eye, and like eyes aren't that big anyways, for most people, you're not gonna be able to like see much of a difference. So yeah, just create a couple dots. It's fine. You're not really doing anything to how to say that, like most people won't be able to do like hyper realistic paintings of flowers on their eyes. Like, I'm sorry, but unless you're genuinely insane and talented and insanely talented, you're not gonna be able to do that. So just, this will be fine. Everybody will know that it's a branch with flowers. It's really not, it's not that much of a big deal. And yeah, so just like a little bit of pink over here, a bit here. I'm gonna use a bit of the darker one as well, just like itty bitty, just on little areas. Okay, yep. And I'll take another brush. I think I had yellow or green on it previously, so it's gonna be perfect. And I'll use, maybe I'm gonna use this orange. Yeah, maybe I'm gonna use this orange. No, I'm gonna use the yellow right next to it. I changed my mind. From this is the previous palette was called Symmetry Sunset, and this one is Rest in Pastels. I don't know if they still have these because I bought them like last year or something. But these are really pretty. And then I'm just gonna do like a little bit of a yellow dot in there. And it really doesn't matter where you do the dot because like it can be, the flowers don't all have to face you with the center of them. Like they can be turned around, right? Just don't really think about it. And just wherever it feels right, just do it there. And I've actually found out that when I do these like liner looks and like these designs and stuff, it always looks best if I just don't think about it and do whatever the hell I want to do. And not really like focus on anything. I have a temptation to do like a little line here with the yellow. Is that bad? Or maybe like right here. Oh, or here. Oh, good. We're gonna do yellow. Look, you know me, and in case you're new here, hi. I love yellow, and I always try to find a way how to put yellow somewhere in the look because I just love that. So let me stop talking, and we're gonna do like just a little line here. Okay, guys, so here is the final look with my made up spring palette. So what I added, I have this NYX Suede Matte Lip Liner in the shade Free Spirit. Let me actually, oh my god, function. Okay, so this one in the shade Free Spirit. Then I have this Odin's Eye and Angelica Halloween lipstick bundle. This one is the shine one in the shade Spectral. On my face, what did I not mention? I have this Wet n Wild Tinted Hydrator. It's the Bare Focus Tinted Hydrator. Lightweight, not greasy finish. Sheer to medium in the shade Light Medium. This is my second time wearing this. I'm actually gonna zoom you in. 2 days ago, when I was reviewing the Smitten palette, which should be already up on my channel, I used it with the Wet n Wild Impossible primer or something like that. It's called something like that. Today, I decided not to use it with that primer to see if it's gonna be better. I also exfoliated my face like yesterday evening, I think. So that could be it. And the only thing I have underneath is this Beauty of Joseon sunscreen that I really like, and I think it's a wonderful primer as well. And today I'd say it's better. I had a little bit of like texture happening here and here last time that I tried it, but today I feel like it looks normal. So yeah, I think it's improvement. I'm definitely gonna try it with the Impossible or however it's called primer because I want to see if it was the primer or if it was just like the fact that my skin wasn't exfoliated. Then I have the Rimmel Kind and Free concealer in the shade 10 Fair. For a blush, I used my Cosmic Beauty Delicious Delights palette and I mixed the shade the shade Smoothie with the shade Whipped Cream, so these two to create a blush. And then first of all, I mixed the shade Candy Floss, this one, with this shade over here, which is called Delicious, to create a highlighter, but it was too blue toned. So I actually topped it with the shade Andromeda from Terramounts to make it slightly more pinky peachy. And I think you can see that it has like that blue purple going into this peachy pink, so it like connects to the rest of the face. And it's a little bit more blue in this area, which like you never see because I have hair there. So yeah, so that's kind of the rest of the eye look. I think you saw everything else. I have the Essence Lash Princess mascara as well, in case I haven't mentioned that. yeah, I think that's everything. So let me know what you think about this look. I love it. It's again something different that I haven't really explored. Yeah, it definitely made me do something that I haven't really done before. And we've used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 shades. Well, we used the whole. Well, we've used the whole bottom row and then one of the pinky shades. So next time we're gonna do like the pinks with green, and we're gonna have fun with that. Hopefully you'll enjoy that. But let me know what you think of this color story so far and what you think about this look. And now I'll jump into the second one. Hey guys, so here's the second look with my BYOP. This is how it looks like, in case you forgot. And today I kind of decided to do just like a very basic green and pink look. So I started with the green, and it's the alter ego shade from Glam Shop, and it's called Zviezdak. I don't even know if I've written the name correctly, so who knows. So I have that in the whole like first half of the crease, then in the lower second half of the crease, I have this shade, which is the Zimna Janina from the Mushlinova palette by Glam Shop. And to kind of, blend it out into the brow, I've used this shade, which is the shade Friendly from Colourpop. So that's kind of the matte shades that I'm wearing. I don't have any matte shades on the lower lash line. I just have that all throughout the top part, and I think it looks really nice. It's a really fun look, and I like to mix these colors quite often actually. So that's that. Then on my lid, for the shimmers, by the way, I used my Wet n Wild Mega Last primer and the NYX glitter primer for shimmers. And on the second half of the lid, I have the let me see, BYOP from the Mushlinova palette by Glam Shop again. And this one is gorgeous. It's a very wet looking iridescent purpley pink shade. Then in the first half of the lid, I have the kind of like pinky goldy green version of it, and it's called Organza, also from the Mushlinova. It's a great shade. I think I've used it in the previous look as well, but it's actually like more than a week ago for me, so I'm not fully sure. And then in the inner corner, I have the shade Starlit from Makeup Beauty Shop. It's gorgeous, like white based iridescent goldy green. Very beautiful shade, very sparkly, and I love the texture of it. It's a very soft shade. Let me actually maybe zoom you in, even though you've probably already seen it. But yeah, this is like, it's such a wonderful shade. And then on the lower lash line, I also used the Andromeda by Terramoons, and we definitely have a pan. I wasn't sure in the previous look, but now I'm very sure. It's very obvious that there's a pan. And this one is really incredible because it's like a pink, vibrant, kind of similar to this shade on the lower lash line, but then when I move, it changes into this like very soft, beigey, peachy gold. It's just beautiful, and I love this look. Like, it is so sparkly. That's the thing, like, this look normally wouldn't really make me that happy if it was just like regular shimmers, but because it's these super sparkly, iridescent, yummy shades, it immediately transforms into the most gorgeous look, even though I'm usually just like, I need a little bit more dimension, but the sparkles they're kind of like neutralizing that for me. Then I have this like pastel-y pistachio shade in my waterline. I have the Rimmel Kind and Free concealer. I have my Essence Lash Princess mascara. in case you're wondering about my brows, I've used my Winnie the Pooh palette by Colourpop, and I mixed the two brown shades that are there. I don't remember how they're called, but the two brown mattes, I have them in the in my brows, and they got to be brow gel. Then for my blush, I have this Delicious Delights palette by Cosmic Beauty, and I mixed the shade Smoothie with the shade Whipped Cream to create like a warmer pink blush. And then as a highlighter, I've actually used my Hella palette by Odense. This one is in collaboration with Angelica Nyquist, and this one is my Shop My Stash palette, and I've used the shade Hellfire for the highlight. It's kind of like a very soft pink highlight, so it has a bit of like peachy neutral flip as well. And then on my lips, I have this Odense in Tina lipstick from the Legendary Diversa collection, and this one is the Shine one in the shade Endurance. It's kind of like a slightly orangey neutral glossy lip, as you can see. And yeah, this is the entire look. And when it comes to this makeup palette, I think we did a really good job. I love all of these shades. I think it works really wonderfully. I still technically could do so many things with this. Like, I would definitely love to do like the gray with the peachy matte, and then pretty much whatever shimmer there is. I would love to have this shimmer all over the lid, and then this in the first half of the crease, and then this in the second half of the crease. Like, it would be such a gorgeous look. And there's so many other options, obviously, but these two are the ones that really inspire me as well, and I could have done them. Maybe I'll still keep this palette the way it is, and maybe I'll do a look for my like makeup diaries. But right now, I think this is enough for the video. Definitely let me know if you want to see more looks with this palette, and let me know if any of these looks inspired you to try to find a color story like this in your collection, because I'm pretty sure that most people will have at least similar shades to recreate this. So definitely let me know if you want to try this. And with that being said, have a wonderful day, and I'll be super happy to see you tomorrow with another look. So bye.